first guest is known for his tough guy roles in such films as The Fast and the Furious and Triple X. His new family comedy, The Pacifier, hits theaters today. Please welcome Vin Diesel. Yeah, Vin just said, this is not a talk show, it's a club, it's a nightclub. It is a club.
It really, the energy, I'm behind stage and I'm hearing this, it's like a concert out here.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It's amazing.
Now, I'm calling you Vin, but is that Vin Diesel sounds like, that can't possibly be your name.
You know what, it's not.
Okay, what is it?
Well, my real name is Mark Vincent, and I was a bouncer for 9 years and the name stuck. We all had fictitious names just in case we got in trouble or anything. And they just started calling me Vin Diesel for some crazy reason.
Well, Vin from Vincent, probably.
Vin from Vincent, and Diesel from...
I don't know.
In New York, you know, when you were built up a little bit.
Oh, I see. Oh.
They'd say, that guy's Diesel.
Yeah. Oh, I'm Ellen Unleaded to my friends. That's what they call me.
Wow.
You were a bouncer for at clubs for how long?
9 years.
Well, so what's the meanest look that, like, did you have looks that you would try to intimidate people with?
I mean, if I really had to intimidate someone?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, try to be really mean.
Let me channel this.
Really? You'd make that noise?
Oh, God, I can't do this.
No. Well, that noise just sounds like you're gonna cuckoo.
Taking it.
Cuckoo.
Oh, okay. Oh, no. I thought you were gonna say something else.
No, it sounds like you're just...
See, I didn't want to do the face. I'm thinking, how am I gonna do this face and give it a nice kind of demonic feel to it? So I added the voice, the Iron Giant voice, and this is what I got.
But see, I don't know, because I think the perception is, what is this from? Because that's pretty impressive. That's you. Triple X?
That's me and Triple X, yeah. That's that face I was just doing.
Yeah. No, that looks like, oh, I hope I don't fall.
Yeah.
That's what that face is.
Are these wires really connected?
So you're not only, so you go from being a bouncer to acting, and you're doing really, really well, but you're actually taking it so seriously. The role you just did, you gained and lost 30 pounds for?
I just did a Sidney Lumet picture.
Wow.
Just this year, like 5 months ago, called Fat Jack DeNorcio. Mm-hmm. So I had to gain 35 pounds.
Well, that's not the hard part. It's the losing. Right. I mean, anybody, I think, would love to get paid to gain 35 pounds.
A lot of ice cream.
That's what you did.
Ice cream every night.
Yeah. And then how did you lose? How long did it take you to lose it?
It took me about a month to get my stomach back down to fighting shape.
But that's not a month for 35 pounds? That's fast. What did you do for a month to lose 35 pounds?
Stopped eating ice cream.
No, it's not that simple. Just stopped eating ice cream?
It's that simple, folks. I gotta call like, I'm kidding. I know you're like, you're horrible.
What about the Bowflex machine and all the things we're supposed to have?
No, you have to train.
Yeah.
But I spent so many years training because I was a bouncer. Mm-hmm. And once I started getting work as an actor, I would cater my training for whatever role I was doing. Mm-hmm. So if I was doing something like The Chronicles of Riddick, I would spend months training using a fighting style called Kali, mm-hmm. which is you fight with 2 knives in synchronized movement. Or when I first did Pitch Black, I was doing yoga for it.
Well, that's you make it sound like it's you just stop eating ice cream. I still think you're holding back on us, but have your secrets. All right, we have to take a break. We're going to come back with Vin Diesel right after this.
after that take, there wasn't a dry eye on set. When Peter says, "Daddy, good night, Daddy," I looked around and everyone in the crew was tearing up.
That's from the Pacifier? That's the
That's
name?
from the Pacifier.
Now, were you scared? First of all, it's so funny you're talking about being a bouncer and then we see that clip. People are like, he threw me out. So were you scared to do a comedy after all these other things you were doing?
When I did Saving Private Ryan, Tom Hanks gave me a good piece of advice. He said, do the roles that you're afraid of. Do the projects that you're scared of, and you usually get a good response from that. Mm-hmm. So I was petrified by doing this comedy. I had these dreams that I was in a comedy, and I would show up on set and I was in a comedy. And the thing that made me feel comfortable were these kids. Because all you really have to do is step aside and let them shine. Mm-hmm. You can take any tough guy in the world and put a 9-month-old baby in their hands. Mm-hmm. And they turn to jello, like me. You couldn't get me away from these babies. I had this one technique that worked on the kids, on the babies. And it was just one word. I would take the baby, and I'd lift the baby up, and I'd say, "Wee!" And the baby would just,
Well, I bet if you did that to a lot of women in the audience, they'd... They'd love it. Oh, well, I can't wait to see The Pacifiers is in theaters everywhere today. We'll be right back. Don't go away.